This is WTMJ TV Channel 4, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's 9:15 p.m. And it is time now for the late news weather for this Monday, July 18th, 1955. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. This is what's happening. The Common Council Buildings, Grounds, Harbors Committee Monday put a hot potato on ice for the rest of the summer. Temperatures and temperature will be cooler in September, and that will be plenty of time for the aldermen to set up a long-range policy governing Milwaukee's municipal harbor handlings on a boat.
Live in Oxbridge with details. Hi, Jessica.
Ban for struck plants, the committee decided. The vote was 4-1 and to postpone action on a resolution already adopted by the Milwaukee Harbor Commission establishing a policy under which such ships as the Norwegian freighters, Falseman, Divana, laden with clay and an strike-bound Kohler Company Plymouth where plant at Kohler, Wisconsin would have been unloaded there. As it was, the Falseman left Milwaukee's port in the face of a picket line when the Divana was turned back in the Great Lake. Both the boats were reported to have docked in Montreal, Ontario, Monday, where they will be unloaded and the clay shipped to Kohler by rail. On the policy resolution only, the committee chairman, Alderman Alfred Z. Haas, First Ward, voted against postponement for delay until it was explained. Public feeling on the boat issue from Montreal, Quebec comes down where
The flames engulfed
Alderman Martini Schreiber, 7th, Peter H. Hoffman, 11th, George W. Widow, 15th, and John H. Grimacki, 21st. Common Council President Milton McGuire, 3rd Ward not a committee member, appeared in favor of the resolution. He termed the disgraceful threat that had been made by Charles M. Schultz as state CIO president, while the Falsum was in port here to call.
Had to be taken to the hospital.
There was no rush to get the once eagerly awaited solid polio vaccine when the mass inoculation program for Milwaukee's first and second graders began Monday. Dr. E.R. Crumbigle, City Health Commissioner, reported that the close of business on Monday afternoon, only 419 of the more than 14,000 children eligible for shots this week have been brought to get the vaccine. This week's inoculations are the first graders only. Second graders will get their shots next week. Make-up clinics for children or missed getting the vaccine have been specified. The week will be held the week of August the 1st. Although more than 28,000 first and second graders in the city are eligible for the vaccine, which is supplied free by the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis. Washington, the House voted 372-31 Monday in favor of increasing Soviet and Social Security benefits for women and disabled persons and raising the Social Security taxes to 25% to pay for it. There is little chance that the Senate will be acting on the legislation before the Congress adjourns. It may be considered during the second session of the 54th to 84th Congress next year, however. Under terms of the House bill, the eligibility age for women in Social Security benefits would be lowered from 65 to 62 next January 1st. It estimated this would be bringing $400 million in benefits to 500,000 women in the first year of operation. The eligibility age of disabled workers for benefits would be lowered from 65 to 50, given an estimated 250,000 disabled persons, $200 million in new payments. The first year provided money for the changes the tax rate on employers and employees combined would be raised from the current 4% to 5%. This would mean increases up to $21 a year for both workers and employees participating in the Social Security program. Republican House leaders charged that the Democratic-sponsored measure was being rammed down our throats for political purposes, but many GOP members have voted for it anyway. Opposing on the final roll call were 23 Republicans and 8 Democrats. In Moscow, M.A. Sholokov, 50 fame offered the crowd floated on, received the Order of Lenin. Monday was the highest Soviet civilian award.
We've been talking a lot tonight.
The County Park Commission 75 new aluminum rowboats on the top, which figured in the drowning of a girl in Juneau Park Lagoon recently, have been beached, presumably because they capsized too easily. Russell J. Kurtz, superintendent of the parks, confirmed Monday that they've been out of service since the drowning of Sandra Benson, 5 years old, of 1340 West Fond du Lac Avenue, July 6th. The 12-foot boats were put into service 2 months ago. They cost $150 each. Kurtz explained he is endeavoring to have the manufacturer exchange the boats for 14-footers at an additional cost of $80 per boat. Although the boats were unsinkable and had gone through exhaustive safety tests, there was nothing to prevent the capsizing and occupants walk around with them. Kurtz pointed out a 14-foot boat would be heavier and safer, it was said. However, the park staff cannot guarantee against tipping if the occupants fail to follow safety instructions, the staff member added. San Rafael, California. Brigadier General Henry C. Pillsbury, 75, USA, retired, died Monday at his home in nearby Russ after a heart attack. Anyway, Trial of Obama, Strange Hold, No Parking are only a few of the names. Oleg Cassini gives his excellent collection of clothes. Fashion editors always look forward to seeing on Oleg's new design because he is his own commentator. He gives you a good idea of just creating a combination of a running pattern that is amusing. Can sometimes downright naughty. Business is combined with pressure and it's a good recipe. In Geneva, President Eisenhower opened a Big Four conference Monday by offering the program and the 10-year-old Cold War guide the world into a safer, happier, Adam and Peace. Soviet Premier Nikolai Bulgarin, after producing Eisenhower and the Nazis governance reading, contributing to pull for peaceful purposes, which was first proposed by the U.S. Chief Executive in December 1953. Bulgarin said Russia would be contributed appropriate about fishable materials as it soon as the agreement says reached to set up the agency. Bulgarin displayed a concentrated tone in his replying to the opening statements of Western leaders at the historic gathering in the Marble Palace in the nations.
Yeah, it's a gratitude he says he is really grateful for.
And here's how the key figures were seated at the opening of the Big Four session in Geneva on Monday.
If you're one of them, we would love to hear that.
Alright, let's
If you've got one of the stickers on your car, you know,
Let's
woman, we'd love to hear from you.
go over to the
If you want to remain anonymous, let me just let you know this though. Your little note
sports
on a long
and
day for at least one man.
the
For tonight, Erica Ritchie.
2-run error by
Story, great job.
Mr. Britton enabled the Jets to nose that a 6-5 victory over the Milwaukee Braves in New York tonight. Other scores in the major leagues, it was Cincinnati 9, Brooklyn 5. It was Philadelphia 8, Chicago Cubs 6 in the first game. It was Philadelphia Phillies 2, Chicago Cubs 1 in the second game. The American League scores was Baltimore 3, Chicago White Sox number was Washington 6, Kansas City 5. Next up for the Brewers, next up for the Braves, will be in Pittsburgh for a date with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Leo Bedard on the mound for the Braves. Okay.
We do it differently.
I will have the weatherman after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
What they really need. We get the